Would you like to see how to make one of these fabric beads? This is made out of recycled material for the inner bit and lots of beads and scrap fabric. Let's go. So, one of the first things I'm feeling to do today is work on just this little piece. I'm going to make a bead. Now it's a tubing. I'm not sure whether I can cut it. I can probably saw it, or I might just leave it as this size. And I've got my glue gun here, and all I want to do initially is wrap this around it. Just a thin piece of fabric. That'll do actually. So I'll just start with some glue. And I'll wrap it. Like so. So these plastic tubings are great because you can make fabric beads from them. But you start off with a solid piece first. So I'm just going to put some glue there, and then I'm just going to work this around. Ah! You have to be so careful. The amount of times I burn myself with this. It's ridiculous. Okay. So this had knots in it, but it doesn't matter. We're literally just taking it round, and you want just kind of some variation on your little beads, beaded pieces. So the knots are fine. So this is how I would start them off. You don't have to use glue. Sometimes when you use glue, it goes hard, obviously. So if you're going to be stitching through this and adding stuff, then it just makes it a little bit harder. But if you're just going to be sticking them on, it's fine. But I'm going to do a mixture of both. So that's the first part. So now what I would do is get my needle, which is here. I've got some thread on it already, so I'm not going to waste that. Now there's parts of this that hadn't been stitched, so hadn't been stuck with the glue, so you can actually stitch things in it. So now I'm just going to get little bits of the fabric and go through parts of it and add some of the strandy bits. So here's the basis of the bead, and we can decorate this with seed beads. So you can depend on the size of your needle. Again, maybe using some supplies that you haven't really used for a while. To make sure this can fit. and as you're threading the beads on, you're also securing the piece. So I'm just going to use these beads. And these are beads that I don't normally use very often in projects, so it's nice to see them, you know, be part of a project that I would more than likely, once it's done, I would definitely use the beads that the look that this is going to give once all the beads are on. But you just take your time. It's another nice little therapeutic activity. And just take your time, otherwise it will get tangled. But using contrasting threads as well. And this is just one of many ways that you can make your fabric beads. Okay, so let's come in and you can see what this bead looks like. So there we have it. I can add different types of beads or additional, like, just embellishments on there. There was, thought I saw there was some wool that I could have used like this if it was, oh yeah, it is longer. So this actually makes a nice addition. So if you've got any wool, bring that out, because then you can add it and it spices up. It spices up, makes a nice addition to the bead as well, if you can have little bits like this. So then just wrap it. I'm tempted to stick it, but I'm gonna stitch it there. I'm just gonna add some more thread to this. Okay, so there we have a lovely fabric bead. We've recycled the middle section, and I would just put a, you know, cord through there, or I can get one of the pieces of fabric that I've got in strips and push it through there, and then it's good to go. Made out of recycled material for the inner bit, and lots of beads and scrap fabric.